All is one reflections. As you come in, drop yellow hearts. Let me know who is here. Y'all know the drill. I gotta tag everybody, so give me one moment. But that doesn't mean y'all can't let me know who's here, what y'all doing this good Sunday morning. How y'all doing? 1 second. Good morning. Good morning. I'm just tagging everybody. I'm trying to get situated, y'all. Okay, I just need to post it in one more place. And then we can start. We will be in Psalms 11 today. Hello. All is one, beautiful people. Get your Bibles out. Get your Bible app out. We will be in Psalms 11. Okay, cool. All is one reflections. My name is Reverend Priestess Osun Kemibi Ifakemi. I am a natural medicine doctoral candidate, biomedical health scientist, root doctor, alignment priestess, and everything you need to get right, mind, body, and soul. And as you know, this month, the theme of Riverbank Revelations is foundation. That is because foundation is the best time for January, because that is when you are establishing yourself with your ancestors. It is when you are getting right with yourself, with your personal goals, with your family, whatever that looks like. So 2 weeks ago, I gave y'all a free ritual about how to establish your own foundation with your ancestors. Last week, I told y'all um, foundational petitions to help establish your journey. Now, we are going to be talking about what it looks like when your foundation is a little bit shaky, right? So we will be in Psalms 11. Let me put that for everybody. Okay, we'll be in Psalms 11, right? As you come in, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that goodness. My notes are on my phone this time, y'all, so give me grace. Amen and Ashe. Okay, so we are starting in Psalms 11. Again, this is a psalm to help you when things feel a little bit shaky within your foundation. This could be with your ancestors, this could be with your home, this could be in your current environment, whether that be your political climate, whether that be your work environment, whether that be whatever it is. Okay, so save this psalm, just like the other psalms I gave y'all all this month, and apply it. Remember, we are doing a building upon building, so we understand the tools that we are given, so we know how to apply them correctly. Good morning. Good morning. I see my students here. I see some of my sisters here. Great. Great, great, great. So, starting out verse 1, in the Lord I take refuge. How then can you say to me, flee like a bird to your mountain? First, we can just do a full stop right there. In the Lord I take refuge. How then can you say to me, flee like a bird to your mountain? First, just with that verse alone, I already told y'all when you are using the Bible, you can apply Lord with a gungun. Remember, your gungun are your elevated and benevolent ancestors. Your elevated and benevolent ancestors, your elevated and benevolent ancestors. That's what your gungun is, okay? It is in Orisha dedicated to your personal bloodline, making sure that everything that is supposed to happen happens, but they can't do their job unless you're doing your job, right? So first part is setting the foundation of where your power source comes from. Okay, so how can you say to me, flee like a bird? Meaning, how can you say to me, go and do whatever, right? Because this whole psalm is talking about destruction in general. For look, the wicked bend their bows, they set their arrows against the strings to shoot from the shadows at the upright in the heart. When the foundations are being destroyed, what can the righteous do? So, first, let's just break that down a little bit. Remember, I said this can apply to your life from a spiritual point of view, or it can apply from a political point of view. And because of everybody feeling all the things from what's happening from every point of view, it can seem like a what the fuck. Because a lot of us, that's how we're feeling right now. But that doesn't mean we have to lose our power. And that doesn't mean we have to not stand in it, right? But again, we have to understand what's going on, what that looks like, okay? So again, we're addressing that there's a time of crisis. We're understanding that the pressure to leave is intense because some of us do want to go to another country. Some of us want to stay where we're at. Some of us just don't, just not caring. And that's the reality of it. But what we need to understand is whatever you decide to do, it needs to be sound and it needs to come from a place of a sound mind. That's why it's important to understand, again, where your help comes from. Okay, so again, we're starting out understanding, yeah, shit is happening, but I got my ancestors. So we gonna rock with this because I have the tools and technology, because I already set the foundation, because I did the ritual, because I'm doing my prayers, because I'm divining. If I don't know how to do any of that, I'm in a mentorship with Priestess Osun Kemibi. That's free right now. Okay, so these things, little things. I take a moment. My sisters are here. I have to say hi to them as well. Hello. Hey. Hey. This one, listen, it's like 7 o'clock where she at. Again, sacrifice. Sacrifice. So again, we know that there's a state of crisis and we feel the threat. We feel them changing laws that our ancestors fought to establish. We understand that people are intentionally going into places, public places where we can't feel safe. We understand that there is an energy surrounding us. But what do we do, children of the diaspora? What do we do, royal priesthood? We gonna fall? Why do you think hoodoo was created? The history update. They didn't fall, they didn't bend. And they had and was going through some things. Yes, we know because of historical record. Yes, we know because of the ancestral DNA that we feel because we're already predisposed to cortisol, a stress hormone, due to the bullshit of colonialism. Everything that our ancestors felt, everything that our grandmothers felt, our mothers felt it too when they carried it us in our womb. Okay. So understanding, yes, shit's getting real. And it has been getting real for a long time, right? But understanding that when we have refuge in who we trust, when we have refuge in what we need to establish, whether it be political oppression, whether it be social unrest, whether it be the things that feel like we can't move forward, right? So the best way to start, just with those 3 verses alone, you need to start out every day before your feet touch the ground, calling out to your ancestors for protection. We have classes on protection. We have free classes of protection. If you're a mentorship, I got you. Don't even worry about it. If you, my sister literally just wrote a book. Priestess Ifakemi, can you put your link to your book in here right now? It is a protection book. It is establishing protection in your life, in your home. Practical things. Okay? We can't just focus on the spiritual of it. We have to be, like I said, sound in our mind. We have to be sound in our decision, and we have to be sound in what we do. Okay? Oh, and I see another sister. Hey, Priestess. Okay, so again, you're starting out the day by calling out to your ancestors. You're calling out for the protection that you need, and you are asking them to guide your steps, to order your mouth, because you don't need to be saying everything that you're feeling. And there's a way to establish yourself and emotionally regulate yourself in a way where you keep yourself and your family safe. I'm not saying to shut up. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying to be mindful. Because right now, we can't just intentionally put ourselves in harm's way, and we cannot intentionally ask our ancestors, ask the Orisha for their help, and we're not helping them. We're literally popping off out the mouth for whatever, intentionally doing road rage when you know what you see the bumper stickers on the back of the truck and you know what you look like little shit like that. You have to be for real, especially right now. So again, standing firm in the protection that your ancestors have, but standing firm in the protection of what that looks like too. Guide me today with your strength and wisdom. Order my steps. I told y'all last time, order my steps in your word. Okay? That's a song. Well, let me get my charger, y'all. Okay. So, understanding what you need to do and how you need to move. And also making sure, thank you, okay, because I really want you guys to understand what I'm saying, because I want you guys to understand the different ways to apply the Psalms in your life. Yes, we can talk about the ancestors all day, but we need to be practical and we need to be understanding what that means, okay? We need to have a, like we said, strong foundation. But again, when the foundation gets shaky, what do? First, you know where your help comes from. You could full stop. Full stop. I know where my helps come from. I know what they've been through. I know what only some of what they've been through, because again, things have been doctored. Records have been redacted, misconstrued. Even right now, they're trying to rewrite history in our faces. So if they did that now, what do you think they did back then? Right? So moving on to verse 4. The Lord in his holy temple, the Lord is on his heavenly throne. He observes everyone on the throne. His eyes examine them. The Lord examines the righteous, but the wicked, those who love violence, he hates with a passion. So, our ancestors, Odamare, the Most High, they are all aware of what's going on. And in point of time, there is a time where justice will be restored. But in that, I'm not saying this is a wait on the Lord type moment. No, because Ifa promises us life and peace in the land of the living. We don't have to die to experience that, but still understanding when we are moving how we need to move. Again, we're moving integral, moving with a sound mind. We don't necessarily have to be concerned in a way that causes more stress to ourselves. Okay. What I'm saying is, while the faces of oppression and hardships are present, those three verses give encouragement to understand that there is an active force and forces working on our behalf. We have divine favor, even though it may not look and feel like that at this moment. This whole verse directly mirrors ancestral justice, especially because as children of the diaspora, we're predisposed to understanding what it means to have community, what it means to move on one accord, what it means to just be on the same page. It takes a village to raise a child, okay? No ATRs alone which religion or practice or lifestyle. So understanding community in that. So practically with that, understand your legal rights. Understand what you can do when those moments are directly in your face. That means you're getting involved with the community organizations in your chapter, in your town, in your city, region, whatever. Because yes, things are happening nationally, but there are things happening right where you are, right? And understanding that also, um, yes, it does take a village. And that doesn't mean just for a child, that is applicable to everything. It takes a village to get our shit together. Okay? We can just start there. It takes a village for us to be disciplined and integral enough to know who we are so we won't fall for the bullshit. We are researching what to do when we feel like we're violated. And we're speaking with those firsthand to support them in whatever way that they need to. Okay. So, whatever legal aid organizations that are in your area, talk to them. See what you can do to help. Okay. Listen, and that's also a prayer, right? When we are praying for protection, we have to be also mindful of when we're praying for our loved ones, when we're praying for community, we have to pray for a community that aligns with our values and our views, and one that has our overall goal in mind. And sometimes that might look different from everybody, okay? Sometimes one group might go about a situation different way. You have to find what works best for you. But at the end of the day, understand that you cannot and should not be doing it alone. Okay. What is also important within these verses that it's clear about how to it's clear about again how to really move when you feel like you don't need to move. So again, like I said, practically you are researching your rights, you're understanding how the laws nationally and within your area are being changed. Okay, you are going to the organizations that are supporting change, whether they be revolutionary based, because there are some out there. I know that firsthand. Or whether it just be general to understand what you need to do as a melanated person in this day and age. Also understanding that when we're moving in protection, we have to fortify our homes the way that we need to. Again, Priestess Ifakemi has a book on OrishaHoodooPublishing.com. So you can start to understand how to do that spiritually and practically. I just gave you some tips as well. Also, stocking up on emergency items, non-perishables, all the lights, the batteries, things like that. I'm not saying doing it in a way where you're buying up all the fucking tissue paper. No, we're not doing that shit again. But just be realistic, okay? That's what I'm saying. Be realistic. And that's why it is important to understand what that looks like for your community, because it might look different. And in your go bags, again, depending, obviously, I would say it depends. Hold on, because I don't want to miss that, take anything. Okay, there we go. Okay, that comment didn't come through first. Yes, so your family go bags, as well as one for individually, these should be kept in the back of your car. So when you need to go, you can fucking go. Like, it's literally having what every person needs. That be medication. Um, for certain medications, you can get up to 3 months prescription, depending from GoodRx. You can. That's not a sponsorship. I'm just saying, if you need your meds, you need your meds. Especially, like I said, considering what's going on, be for real. Okay. Um, and these are family conversations that you need to be having. These are family conversations that should be regular. You should always be checking with your family. Family planning isn't just limited to, all right, girl, we about to have a baby. No. It's not just limited to, okay, what house you gonna buy? No. Yes, that's good because we want to expand, we want to increase. That's part of our divine right. But how can we do that if we don't have shit to increase, to expand? So we're protecting what we already have. Okay. Screenshot this. And everybody should be aware, especially if you have adult children that live with you or near you in your community, and have these conversations with your adult children so they understand. And I just don't mean adult like in college. I mean, you're talking to your high schoolers as well. So, children coming of age, your adult children, your young adult children, things they need to have. This should also be done regularly, so you know, especially if you live in areas where certain populations experience certain disparities. Okay. So they got it in Portland. I'm just saying, be for real. If they got it in Portland, y'all, be if they got it in Portland, you don't think they have it where you at? I'm just saying, be realistic. That's what this whole message is about. Like, yes, shit is happening, but also be realistic with it. Okay. Let me put this back up. You're screenshotting this. And again, you're keeping this in the back of your car because when it's time to go, baby, it's time to go. Wait, hold on. Okay, verse 6. Um, on the wicked he will rain fiery coals with burning sulfur. The scorching hot wind will be their lot. For the Lord is righteous, he loves justice, the upright will see his face. Okay. So, again, when we are speaking of your empowerment, your personal power, your power within your community, your power that is within your family, your power, again, developing your personal power, you have to understand that finding refuge in your power source, which are your ancestors, finding um your community, establishing yourself right, you have to understand our ancestors again lived and thrived in community. That's how they got shit done. Can't With community you're able to not be stagnant. With community you're able to move the way that you need to move. With community you're able to grow and thrive. Let it be the right community, right? What's also important is that you are, again, like I said, um, joining the networks that are establishing and relevant to you, whether they be whether they be nonprofit communities, whether they be communities and organizations that support revolutionary organizations, whether they're just meetups. If Portland has it, more than likely, y'all city has it too. I'm not trying to be funny when I say that again. I'm really not. Like, be for real. We have to understand, again, where this cultural collection is coming from. And you have to understand that when you're joining these networks of community, y'all are having an established goal to move forward. Okay? Y'all are living the same experiences. And with that, so if it's important to pull your resources together, right? Whether it be a just general food, water resource. Sometimes it might be certain medical supplies. Sometimes it might be clothes. You feel me? Like, gather your resources together. It takes a village, okay? And understand what it means to really stand firm while you are doing this, okay? So when you feel threatened, when you feel unstable, when you feel like the foundation that you set is not really moving the way that you need to, first you are finding peace and remembering where your help comes from, the Most High, your benevolent, elevated ancestors, okay? You are protecting yourself spiritually and physically. Spiritually, that looks like maintaining your home. Like I said, we have a bunch of classes on um, learnOrishaHoodoo.com. If you're a mentorship, you ain't gotta worry about nothing because you know I got you. Um, so we need to understand also physical protection, what that looks like. If you got that thing on you, make sure you got um the papers. Cause we ain't not trying to have no issues while you protecting yourself either. Okay. And if you got that thing on you, actually know how to use it and make sure it's in a way where you're just not getting into it at all. Your kids don't need to have access to it. Safety is on. Little things. I'm saying things because it's lots of reports and stories where um, incidents and fatalities have happened due to improper pow safety. Okay. And understanding that even with your protection, sometimes your protection is just understanding who to call. Okay. You have your emergency contacts, they have yours, vice versa. This is what Priestess Ifakemi just said. Yes. Yes, definitely that. Especially cash. Especially cash. Thank you for this. I'll say it again. If Portland got it, okay? Right now, I just want you guys to just understand where we are, and she meant help, y'all. They will help you if you're not on BS. They will help you, okay? Proof that I'm not just putting words in her mouth, okay? Um, but understanding that children of the diaspora, you are loved, even though it may not feel like it right now. You are cared for, even though it may not feel like it right now. I'm not saying you can't feel what you need to. Sometimes you might want to cry. Sometimes you might want to cuss. Do that shit. It's healthy. But when you're done, you have an altar. Okay. You have a community, a spiritual community. If you don't, you're getting into one. LearnArishaHoodoo.com. You're finding me on Facebook. You are engaging in your social communities that support you, that support your values, that encourage and uplift you, and provide resources to establish yourself. When you're on social media and you're seeing all the things, remember this. Remember, again, all this shit was expected to happen, even though, like, it's like we knew it was coming, right? So it's like now that it's here, how do we do what we do and not give up? Black women, we still not doing shit, but that doesn't mean we not doing shit for our home, for ourselves, for our community. So let's get that very fucking clear. Let's get that very clear. Okay? Thank you guys. I didn't mean to cry. It's just feeling everything. Listen, you saw wipe that tears real quick to get that together. Cause listen, there's a difference for working for everybody else, breaking your back for everybody else, feeding everybody else's kids, building up everybody else's community, but we're not establishing and pouring that own love into ourselves, into our homes, into our own shit, right? So let's listen. And I'm not saying you won't cry sometimes, girl. I'm crying right the fuck now. That doesn't mean the shit still don't apply. That don't mean that I I'm still not gonna do what I need to do. That don't mean that shit. But what it also means is that my fuel power and the Ena within me, fire, mentorship students, I got you. Y'all know what the fuck to do with it. Because what we have to realize as children of the diaspora, we, like I said, we're already predisposed to high levels of cortisol, stress hormones, already from the colonial and marginalistic bullshit that our grandmothers, ancestors, all them already felt. Not going into those that have chronic illnesses and diseases, right? What I'm saying is, we as a Black people, we as a melanated community, thank you, thank you. And we have to understand that collectively we are in a state of neuroplasticity. So, what that means is, or a lot of me, okay, you have your head, inside your head, you have your brain, right? Inside your brain, there are several neurons doing all the things, sending all the reactions all throughout our body, developing and producing those hormones to help us. So when we think a thought, like let's say something simple like, you're like, girl, I'm broke right now. First of all, that's you telling your mind you broke. Okay. Then even though you're doing protection work, even though you asking your ancestors for money, prosperity, all this shit, you still saying I'm broke. So now you're starting to make that your reality, right? But then when you change it to I'm allocating my funds differently, right? Things like that. So when you start that, okay, so now your work can align the way that you need to. I'm teaching my students literally the word sound power aspect. Why we have to be intentional with our words. Because that's when the activation of neuroplasticity can affect us in a way that's important. So if we're going throughout this chapter of our lives with the aspect that we're doomed or we ain't got shit or we gonna fail, da da da. Well, what the fuck? Be for real. That's why I'm just saying be for real. Okay? Be for real. So again, we are establishing ourselves, we're grounding ourselves, we are being practical, we are allowing our ancestors to work on our behalf, but we're also doing the things that we need to do as well. So when it is time to work, we can work and it'll be cool. All right. Put some yellow hearts if you understand and you feel me. If you understand the statement on the screen, put some yellow hearts. If you understand my intention of this message, put some yellow hearts. because what I want, like I said, it's my intention that y'all are using the tools and technology that we've been given in a way that is applicable, in a way that we can do what we need to do. Because, like we said, this is hoodoo, right? Hoodoo isn't just the baths, okay? Hoodoo is a part of hoodoo is reading this motherfucking Bible and getting to work the way that you fucking need to. That's what that means. That means you're getting into community. That means you are doing what you need to do for yourself. Whether that be getting the divinations done because you don't know how to divine for yourself. So you're getting it from learnorishahoodoo.com. That means that you're in mentorship with me. If you're not in mentorship, you're taking several of our free classes, even though mentorship is free right now. Little things, right? These are when you start to feel helpless, when you start to feel like, damn, what the fuck? Remember, not only did our ancestors go through work, baby, but we're literally built for this. DNA type shit built for this. And if you don't know, pray. When the priestess has a problem, she prays. You ain't got to be a priestess to pray. But you come from a royal priesthood, children of the diaspora. I hope that you are able to use this message to apply it in your life, in a way that aligns with your spiritual core, in a way that gets you right, in a way that helps you do whatever the fuck you need to do. I pray peace, love, and prosperity over y'all. And I pray that y'all are doing the things to receive it. My name is Reverend Priestess Osun Kemibi Ifakemi. I am a root doctor, natural medicine doctoral candidate, biological health scientist, alignment priestess, and everything that you need to get right, mind, body, and soul. Remember that everything's okay with Dr. Okay. Until next time, peace, like the river. And if you're a mentorship, we're starting check-in right now. So there's that.